So I kind of want to go a little bit more in depth with the Sonic Forces custom hero reveal. So as you guys know, we got the fucking trailer where they showed off pretty much all this stuff, and I may have not gone too in depth because that was just my first impression reaction to the thing, because that threw me off so bad. Like, I saw the community guessing it, and I personally really didn't want it to happen. Like, I just didn't want it to happen at all, but it happened. And I've been reading some of you guys' comments in the video. Obviously the dislike like ratio speaks for itself, but overall I'm not really gonna change what I said in the video, but I'm just gonna like kind of like not exaggerate, just go deeper, like just to explain myself or why I feel the way I felt in that video, because I realized I didn't actually explain it. I don't think I did. Anyways, so as you guys know, Sega pretty much announced that there's going to be a custom hero. We saw gameplay, we saw custom creation, and there was a ton of options for your custom created characters. You know, hats, glasses, clothes, shoes. There was a ton. Like, I was actually pretty surprised. But the reason why I was so opposed to it, like I was so against the idea of a custom hero, was basically what everyone else is kind of thinking at the same time. Like, will he be able to talk? Like, hear me out. If he's able to talk and express himself, and his contribution and interaction with the Sonic universe doesn't hinder the story in any shape or form, I'd be down with it. I'd be totally cool. Technically that would be a new character and I'd be perfectly fine, you know. But if he's going to be the silent type, because as you guys saw in the trailer, when he went and gave Sonic and Classic Sonic the thumbs up, that was like my first really? Because, you know, he didn't really say anything, but that thumbs up, like he did something, which he technically did, but he did something. It felt cringy. It felt cringy to me. In fact, the first thing that made me feel a little bit cringy, because obviously Sega kind of titled the video Custom Heroes, so obviously I went in knowing that this was going to be a custom created character. The first thing that gave me a little bit of a cringe was when he clicked his teeth, something like that, when he grinded his teeth. Like, yo, that was a little bit cringy, but I didn't really pay too much attention to that. I was like, okay, just show me what this guy looks like. And then, you know, we saw the thumbs up, kind of cringy. But overall, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm feeling a little bit different now. Like, after spending some time going through all the new information that's been released and stuff like that, I'm watching the gameplay again. Like, I watched the gameplay like 2 or 3 times before I decided to make this video. You know, I'm not feeling too bad against the idea of a custom created character. Like, for me personally, I've never had the desire to create a fictional hedgehog or a fictional, you know, Tails or whatever the case may be. But I'm fully aware that the community, the Sonic community, enjoys the fuck out of this thing. Like, we've gotten, I'm not gonna lie to you, I had to actually look this up, but we've gotten some really mainstays like Cold Steel. Like, everyone's saying Cold Steel, and I personally didn't even know what Cold Steel was until I actually, you know, looked it up. So the Sonic community has always had this kind of a bad stigma when it comes to custom created characters, because we've seen some weird ass shit. I ain't gonna lie, like, there are some weird ass ads of Sonic and some random original character. I just don't want to go into that, but you know, that's kind of part of why I felt a little bit when it came to these custom heroes. But you know, it may not be bad. Maybe I'm just judging it too hard. It may not actually be bad. Maybe. As long as he has a decent dialogue, as long as he doesn't do anything cringy, or he ends up being the hero in the story. Like, I didn't pay to see you be the hero, boy. I paid to see Sonic be the hero. Like, okay, look. The more I think about it, the more I'm leaning back to hating. Not hating actually, but more like disliking the idea of a custom heroes. But let's just get into it. So first of all, we saw there's going to be a bunch of different types of species in this game. There's going to be a dog, a cat, a rabbit, a a bird, and a hedgehog. Everyone's gonna be picking the hedgehog. There's no denying it. The hedgehog will definitely dominate the entire option list. And what's interesting is that all the species have special abilities, which I wasn't really aware of at the time when I made the first video. So that was actually pretty decent, pretty interesting. You know, the wolf has an automatic draw in rings when they're near them or something like that. Like he has thunder. Jesus Christ, I don't even know the names of these things, but you know, each animal has their own special abilities. Now initially in my previous video, I kind of made the comment that, you know, the custom hero had a similar gameplay to Sonic and classic Sonic. Now after rewatching it a couple of times, I can say that it's not the same. Like, I made a mistake there, I'll take the L there. Like, it's not the same, it's not the same. His gameplay is pretty unique. He uses the whips with his I guess Wispios or something that they call it, I don't know what it is. But he uses the whips to help him traverse the maps, and you know, he uses his you know, hook, he uses his gun, like we saw a flamethrower, so I presume it's going to be electric gun, ice gun, you know, wind gun, or whatever the case may be, and he's going to be using all that stuff. So you know what's funny, I'm actually pretty glad that Sega decided to release this trailer now, because you know, this wasn't worth keeping until E3. I can tell you that right now. If they showed this at E3, I would have been straight up disappointed. I would have been so disappointed. But they showed it now. It was good in a sense. Like, you need to understand, when I'm speaking to you guys, I'm speaking to you guys for my own personal opinion. Like, this is all my own personal opinion as a Sonic fan. For me, you know, man, I don't know. Like, I'll give you an example. Xenoverse 2. Xenoverse 2 was praised for having, or Xenoverse 1, if you want to use that example. It was praised for being the game that allowed us to create our own custom created characters, which was pretty fun because we get to be our own Saiyan, our own Namekian, our own Frieza race and all that stuff. But the first story was pretty cool. You know, we get to go back to the history of the Dragon Ball universe. That kind of worked pretty well. It was pretty fun, but the fact that our characters weren't able to speak and interact with, you know, the established cast of the Dragon Ball universe, it pissed me off on a personal level. I wanted him to be able to talk. I hate characters who don't speak. Like, give me voice options, so I can pick the one that kind of sounds similar to what I would say in real life, and then let me give it to him. Like, I don't want my character to be a mute character. That's the one thing I just don't want to see with this custom hero in Sonic Forces. He needs to be able to speak, even if it's just a small amount of dialogue. He needs to say something. That's all I'm saying. In the video, actually, in the trailer, we also saw that during the customization, all that stuff, we saw a world map and something else. So do we get to have the ability to send our character to do like world missions or something like that? I don't know. But anyways, look, man, I'll just be straight up honest with you guys. If this character doesn't talk or say something, he's just one of those guys just stands there and smiles and thumbs up and all that good stuff. I don't know, because I know for a fact that IGN, GameSpot, and all the other critics will tear this game apart if it doesn't live up. Like, this is the game that can't mess up. That's why I was so freaking strict and a little bit pessimistic when it came to the reveal of that trailer. It can't mess up. Like, it's obvious that Sega is pleasing the fan base that enjoys creating this Sonic fanfics. It's very clear. Like, for me, I'm not in that community, so obviously that kind of missed me like a fucking bullet, but you know, it hit the mark. It hit the mark for those people, and I know for a fact that when this game comes out, there's gonna be so many people sharing their custom created character in you know, Twitter, Facebook, or whatever. There's going to be so many new fanfic. Like this is the rebirth of the Sonic DeviantArt. So yeah, I'm not hating on it. I just don't like it. There's a difference. People always assume that if you hate something, no, if you don't like something, you hate it. No, I just don't like it. Like, here's the thing. If he speaks, I'm perfectly fine with it. If he's able to talk and his character doesn't destroy the emotion that the story is trying to tell, I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine. So yeah, let's just look at this thing and just dive into it a little bit deeper, because I didn't do that in my first video. I just gave you guys my first impression, my first reaction thing. Like the moment I saw that trailer, I made a video just to express what I felt at the time. So yeah, so we got the character, we can customize the gloves, the clothes, the glasses, the shoes, the color of the character, the gender. So you know, it's pretty there, and according to the description that came from Nintendo Everything, I'm just gonna read it out to you guys. So it basically says, in this just announced gameplay style, players will be equipping their custom heroes with one of the variety of powerful unique gadgets called Wispons. Okay, and these things just allow you to use the color powers from Sonic Colors and all that good stuff. And they say that this character is very, very vital to the story and to how freaking Sonic is going to save the universe, not the universe, sorry, the world. I'm pretty sure that they're just saying this just to hype us all up, just to make us feel important, because yes, this is going to be us. We are going to be fighting side by side with Sonic. Man, like I'm not, like, okay, look, I'm staying neutral. I will stay neutral. I'll stay positive, but I'm really hoping this isn't the case where this just ends up being really bad. Because I'm looking at my dislike, and obviously the people who enjoy creating characters, like Sonic characters, they were not happy with me. But overall, like, the gameplay. Let's talk about the gameplay. So we know what the level is called. It's called Park Avenue, and we got to see our custom hero pretty much traverse through the level, which actually looked pretty fun. It looked pretty cool. Like, it didn't feel slow. That's the one thing I noticed. It didn't actually feel slow in a sense. Like, you know, the Wisp power didn't stop him and say, Wisp, activate, or something like that. Like, it went fluid, it kept the flow going, which was actually pretty cool. You know, it's going to be interesting. Like, he's going to be a mixture of 2D and 3D platform. Which, I don't know if modern Sonic will also have 2D and 3D platform, because that's usually his thing. But anyways, yeah, we saw that he used a grappling hook. He used you know, he used, what did he use again? I think grappling hook, a flamethrower. He used a flamethrower as well, and he used some other things. So yeah, some people in the comment section on my last video kind of mentioned that, which was actually pretty interesting, and it said that now that we have a custom hero thing, any character that's kind of missing from the game, we can just easily add them. So, you know, you don't see Shadow, make a Shadow. You don't see, I guess, Blaze, make a Blaze, which is pretty interesting. And now you can actually make some comic characters as well. So if you're a fan of Scourge, the Hedgehog, here you go. If you're a fan of Sonic's cousin, I forgot his name, there you go. Is it Merlin? No. Is it Merlin? I don't know. You can't make Silver the Hedgehog. I don't think you can make Silver the Hedgehog, because Silver the Hedgehog's design is a little bit different. Actually, you know what? Will this Hedgehog design be the similar type as... yeah, I'd say it'd be the same as Sonic, to be honest. I don't think they'll go with a different, weird looking hedgehog in a sense. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about this. I just really want this to be a good game. Like, you guys don't really understand. Like, when I sound like I hate this, it's not that I hate it, it's just I want it to be good. I want it to be good. This is the game that has to be good. It has to be good, because if it's bad now, if it's mediocre, no one's gonna take Sonic seriously anymore. No one. Ah, Jesus, man. I just want this to be good, to be honest, really. I just really want this to be good. It's like, it blew me back, bro. I even said this when I made my, that other video. I said in the comment section, guys, I don't think it's going to be a custom hero because it wouldn't really make sense. Sonic has never had a custom hero feature before, and it wouldn't work with the story. And now we have custom heroes. This is insane. It is insane, bro. We are living a new age. Bro, every single fan character is about to be canon. If, you know, if obviously this game is part of the canon storyline. If it's not, I'm happy. I'm grand. But if it is part of this, you know, part of the canon story, bro, everyone's gonna be canon. I already claimed my character, by the way, Pyros the Hedgehog, you know, original character. Do not steal, like, don't even try to steal that. That's copyrighted. If I see you using Pyros the Hedgehog, I must sue. But we you know, we got Cold Steel, we got, I think there's another one called Chino or something like that. Nanzo is going to be canon as well. Oh my god, there's gonna be a lot of, oh Jesus. The fanfics, bruh. Oh, the fanfic's gonna be insane. But anyways, guys, I'm done. I don't know if I kind of explained myself a little bit better, but let me just say this once more. This is gonna be the last time. I don't hate the custom hero feature. I just don't like it. I feel like this may hinder the story a little bit, but if the story actually ends up being perfectly fine, and what someone actually mentioned in the comment section as well is that we get to create our custom created character, but when the story cutscene kicks in, the standard character that was shown in the trailer will be the one that will constantly show up and constantly talk and all that stuff, so we won't be able to see the custom created character in a sense. Because if we get to see our custom created character, everything will have to be in-game engine, you know. There won't be a lot of cinematic moments and all that stuff. So that's something to keep in mind of. You know, most of the stuff that we see will probably already be rendered. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. This is so weird. It's so weird. Anyways, I'm Extreme Pyros. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.